Right guys, welcome to this video where we will be talking about constructors. And constructors are a way we can initialize our objects in. So for example, in this way we are initializing Ivan here and we're not using a constructor. Instead we're using this way of using curly braces to quickly initialize variables, but this is not a good way. I mean, long term this is not a good way. We want to always use a constructor when we have a class. And so to create a constructor, you write the name of the class and then you write it as a function so that you have brackets, and here you can now write arguments that this constructor will take. And so to initialize this class we need a name, so string n will be the variable for the name. Then you also need int a, so integer for the age, and also you need string g for gender. So when the programmer initializes this class, the programmer will supply us these values, and then we will basically say name equal to n, we'll say age equal to a, and then we'll say gender equal to g. So we're setting these variables to these arguments. And so now instead of using this weird way of initializing, we can just use person, and here we can have Ivan, we can have 21, we can have male. So you see here I'm supplying these variables. I'm supplying n with Ivan, and then the name in here is set to n. I'm supplying 21, which is a, and then the age in here is set to a, and then I'm supplying g, which is here, and it's set to gender is set to g. So let's see if this worked out fine. Yes, so you see Ivan 21 male. So we're able to construct our object in this way. And the reason why this is a better way is because you have more flexibility. For example, here you can add some cout, you can have constructing object. And then later on, if you have private variables, which we will learn about in the next video, when you have private variables, you can initialize them in this code as well. So basically you do want to use constructors to initialize. You do not want to use these curly braces because you want to have control. You want to actually write the function yourself and be able to add more logic to it. So for example, if we build this, let's see, build and run, you see that now actually the first thing that gets printed is constructing object. Why is it so? Well, because the first thing that happens here before anything else is that we have this constructor being executed and this project is being constructed. So guys, I hope you understand. Constructors are basically the way to initialize objects, the way to initialize objects of a class, and here you can give whatever values you want to it. Also, I mean, one class can have several constructors, so we can have another constructor without any arguments, and it will just say the following. Let's have cout constructing without arguments. So this is the beauty of C++. You're very flexible. So for example, let's say that sometimes we want to give this information, but sometimes we do not want to give any information. So in that sense, you can have name being default name, no name provided. And you can have, for example, age being 99, and you can have gender being female, like this. So basically, if it is the case that the programmer does not provide us any information, well, C++ will recognize that, and this code will be run instead. So as you can see, if I build and run this, you have constructing without arguments, this takes, and then you have the name of the person is default name, no name provided, the age of the person is 99, and gender is female. So basically the compiler will recognize which version to use depending on which arguments you give. So if you give no arguments like this, well, this code will be run and the variables, the internal variables, will be set like this in this class person. But if you actually give variables, well, then this code will be run and the variables will be set like this. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day guys.